Hi, welcome to part 2 of simplifying the expression, a test question. We're going to be going over certain skills that you need to have in order to answer that type of test question. Let's just jump right into it. Order of operations. And I use a PEMDAS in order to remember the order of operations. So the first thing you want to do is try to simplify inside the parentheses, and then simplify any exponents. You can multiply and or divide. Remember, if it's a tie, you go left to right. Add or subtract. So that is typically the order of operations. Again, parentheses. Here's some examples of what some of the parentheses you would be looking at. And again, you want to simplify all of the terms inside the parentheses first. Inside the parentheses first. Next, you are going to secondly work on simplifying exponential powers or exponents. Simplify all exponents second. So here are some examples of some exponential values around parentheses. These are again some examples of parentheses. We got power to the 2, power to 3, to the 5th power, a negative 1/3 exponential power, and a 1/2 exponential power there. So again, you want to simplify all exponents. Second, we're going to look to try to multiply and or divide. Remember, if it's a tie, you work left to right. I'll show you an example of that in the next segment of this particular video. You simplify by multiplying or dividing third. That's the third order of operations. And in each step, you consider, well, they're parentheses. No. Okay, they're exponents. No. Can I multiply or divide? In each and every step, keep that in mind, right? If there's a tie, you work left to right. Fourth, you're going to add or subtract. Both of these tie for 4. Sometimes you add and there's no subtraction. Sometimes you subtract and there's no addition. So you take them in order. Fourth, again, if it's a tie, you're going to work left to right. I like to go over some specific examples here on this next portion of documentation that I have for you. Order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, PEMDAS. She had some beans for dinner. She's getting a little gassy. Listen, that's just a way to remember the order of operations. You want to work on parentheses first. So looking here at this example, as you can see here, I've got a parenthesis. Inside the parenthesis, 5 plus 1 raised to the power of 2 minus 8 divided by 2 times 3. So looking at this problem, the first thing I want to consider, can I do anything inside the parentheses? Sometimes you have terms with the parenthesis around it, but there's nothing you can do inside. But here, there is. I can simplify 5 plus 1 inside the parentheses. And then everything else, the negative 8, division symbol, 2, multiplications, 3, all just gets rewritten in an orderly fashion to stay organized. So you can see here in that first step, simplify inside the parentheses, 5 plus 1 is 6. Now everything else was rewritten from above. And I'm going to take it step by step. I'm going to look again and ask myself, hey, are there any parentheses inside? Anything I can simplify inside the parentheses here? No, I cannot. Okay, then any exponential values. Can I simplify any exponents in this problem? I sure can. 6 to the 2nd power. So that's the second thing I'm going to work on here. And everything else I'm just going to rewrite that I didn't simplify. So I'm showing you this step now. 6 to the 2nd power is 6 times 6. I'm going to simplify that. 6 times 6 is 36. And then I rewrite everything I didn't use. Now, this brings me up to a point I've mentioned in prior videos. You can add a plus symbol between any two terms like I did here. It's not going to change anything. A lot of people say, oh, that's subtracting 8. Well, really, that's a negative 8. What people would think is a subtraction symbol, and it could be, is really a negative value that goes with that 8. So that's a negative 8. I'm putting a plus sign here between these two terms. Again, it's not going to change anything. Adding that plus sign will clarify what you need to do. So again, I'm bringing all of these terms and symbols down I didn't do anything with, and I just take it step by step. I simplified the exponent. 6 to the second power, 6 times 6, we got 36. Now I'm going to look at here at this problem and say, okay, are there any parentheses I can work on in simplifying inside the parentheses? No. Okay, after parentheses, it's exponents. All right, there are any exponents I can simplify here? No, okay. Can I multiply and or divide? And yes, I can. So the third step is to multiply or divide. But what I want you to see here is I've got a division symbol here and a multiplication symbol here. I've got two of them. It's a tie. So when it's a tie, you must work left to right. So first I'm going to divide -8 by 2. Take the quotient, that's the answer to a division problem. Then I'll multiply times 3. Again, if it's a tie, you work left to right, right? I'm going to multiply, divide third. And if it's a tie, I work left to right. Hey, if I'm going too fast for you, please stop, pause, rewind this video, check it out again. Hopefully it can make some sense to you. So whatever I don't use, the 36, the plus sign that I added, and again, it's okay, you can bring that down, right? Whatever I don't simplify, I just bring down and I rewrite for the next steps. So -8 divided by 2 is a -4. I bring down the multiplication symbol, the 3. Again, if it's a tie, you work left to right. Now I'm going to do the multiplication. -4 times 3 is a -12. All right, and here I'm at my final step. Add or subtract is fourth. Here I'm going to take 36. I'm going to add that -12. Again, that plus sign I added between two terms is just going to clarify what we need to do. 36 plus a -12 is a +24. So if there happened to be an addition or subtraction, again, I work left to right when there's a tie. Here only had one addition, and so I had one step to perform here. 36 plus a -12 is a +24. Hopefully this is helping you out. Hey, math is easy. Take it step by step.